Hello guys and welcome back. I'm Avinash and you're watching Student Khabri. Well, in this special series of abroad education, this is by far one of the most important video for you in case if you have not yet cleared IELTS. Now, why we are making this video? Because a lot of students actually lose a great career because they are unable to clear IELTS and they're dreaming about, especially if I talk about if you're planning to study in Australia, well, there are options for you to study there without IELTS also. And in this video, I'm going to clear out every single doubt you have in your mind related to this. So I would say just sit back, note down every single point because it is going to be a game changer, especially for you in case if you're thinking of studying in abroad. Okay, first of all, let's try to understand why do you even need IELTS at the first place. Now, usually what happens if I talk about India, India is not considered as an English speaking country. If I talk about China, same is the case with China. So usually the English speaking countries like European countries, Australia, America, these countries, what they do, they say, I don't think that you are proficient in English. So what we will do, we have a standardized examination which you have to appear, and if you are able to crack that examination, we will consider that you can speak in English and you can study in English also, because our course will be taught in English. So this is the reason you have IELTS. Okay, if I talk about IELTS is that important, then how come some universities in Australia accept students without IELTS also? Well, they do accept students with IELTS also, but if you have not cleared IELTS, well, in that case they have given you some flexibility, and we are going to discuss about this flexibility. But one thing I do want to mention, well, every university has a different flexibility criteria, and in case if you are applying for a certain university, well, I would say in that case you should consider asking us before applying for that, because in that case if you have applied something wrong or the information is wrong, well, in that case your application may get rejected altogether. Okay, now let's understand how you can actually take admission in an Australian university without qualifying for IELTS, or I should say without having IELTS score. But one scenario is that your previous education was in English. Now, what do I mean by in English? Let's say you are studying in India and you are completing your education in a university or a college which teaches everything in English. Well, in that case, you are not qualified because India is not an English speaking country. Same is the case in China. So what is the scenario here? Well, the scenario is, let's say you're pursuing your education from Australia itself, or maybe from UK or US, where English is the major speaking language. In that case, they will accept that yes, since you have already studied in English, you can study in English. Okay, now another scenario is that you have an English certification from the previous education. So let's say you have completed some English related examination and you got the certificate for that. In that case also you can qualify. Okay, now work experience is again one of the important things. So let's say you have worked in a certain country with a certain company where the working culture, or I should say working environment, needed English communication. Okay, in that case also you can qualify and you can get admission in an Australian university. But again, I do want to mention different universities have different work experience duration requirement. So in that case, do not just blindly don't trust the university, read the guideline properly, and in case if you need any help, well, we are here for help. Okay, now there are some examinations also. So one is Pearson test of English and second is Cambridge English Advanced, which these are the two examinations with which you can, if you can appear in this examination and you can qualify, you can also take admission in Australian universities. Okay, so we had a discussion on these points, but I would still say do not apply them blindly. Have a discussion with an expert, because without an expert advice it will actually hurt you and it may get your application rejected, because you as a student are not aware of many criterias except the ones which we are discussing. Okay, so I would again say, in case if you need any help, please reach us out before making a mistake. And in case if you like this video, I would say give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.